Welcome back to Hidden Wisdom Academy Biology. In this episode, we'll learn about the anatomy of roots, both dicot and monocot types. We'll see how each layer, from the epiblema to the vascular bundle, helps in water and nutrient transport. We'll also compare their structures and look at some important tips from this topic. Let's begin our journey into the inner structure of roots. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's look at the basic structure of a root. The epiblema is the outermost layer with root hairs that absorb water. Next is the cortex, which stores food and moves substances inward. The endodermis has casparian strips that control what enters the vascular system. Below it is the pericycle, which forms lateral roots and cambium in dicots. Then come the xylem and phloem, arranged alternately in a radial pattern, surrounded by the pith. Remember this order, it helps you understand both dicot and monocot roots. Let's talk about dicot root in transverse section. In a transverse section of a dicot root-like bean, the epiblema is the outer layer with root hairs for absorption. Below it is the cortex, made of parenchyma cells that store food. The endodermis forms the inner boundary of the cortex and has casparian strips that control water and mineral entry. Inside it lies the pericycle, which forms lateral roots and cambium for secondary growth. The vascular bundles are radial, with xylem and phloem arranged alternately, and the xylem is exarch, meaning the youngest xylem is near the edge. The pith is small or sometimes absent in dicot roots. Let's talk about monocot root in transverse section. In a monocot root like maize, the outer layer is the epiblema with root hairs for absorption. The cortex has large parenchyma cells that store food and water. The endodermis has casparian strips and passage cells that control transport into the center. Below it is the pericycle, which forms lateral roots but no secondary growth. The vascular bundles are radial and many, polyarch, with xylem and phloem arranged alternately, and xylem is exarch. A large pith is present, a key feature of monocot roots. Let's quickly recap what we learned about anatomy in dicot and monocot roots. In dicot roots, only few vascular bundles are in a radial pattern, small or no pith, secondary growth present due to cambium. In monocot roots there are many vascular bundles, large central pith, no secondary growth. Both have cortex and pericycle, but their roles differ. If you want to get detailed lecture on this anatomy of roots, it is linked in the description, in the cards and in the pinned comments. Here's your challenge question for today. A transverse section of a root shows 1. Xylem in a star shape at the center. 2. Small or absent pith. 3. Presence of vascular cambium. Which type of root is this? Is it option A? Monocot root. Is it option B? Dicot root. Is it option C? Adventitious root. Or is it option D? Fibrous root? Comment your answers or send them to us on WhatsApp or Instagram. Thank you for watching today's episode on anatomy on dicot and monocot roots. In the next lecture, we'll study stem anatomy, comparing dicot and monocot stems, their vascular bundles, and key tissues. Make sure to revise root anatomy first, as it's the foundation for stems. Also, don't miss our daily NET MCQs and PYQ series and biology podcast for daily quick revision. See you in the next episode.